Hello, YouTube. Future Ryan here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope you enjoy the episode about my 5 favorite recent purchases of film accessories. Bear with me and stay tuned for my video next week when I learn how to put batteries in the microphone. How's it going, everyone, and welcome to this week's video. We're going to be talking about 5 things that I've picked up recently that I enjoy and use, and you might like too. And I do want to start off by saying that I am not sponsored by or affiliated with any of these companies at all. These are just things that I have come across or been shown and that I've purchased that I use all the time. And so jumping right in, the first one is actually right here on the camera. Now, if you follow any film YouTuber at all, you've probably seen these, but Moment has been dipping their toes into the film world, and that all kind of started off with this, the Cinebloom filter, and I'm actually going to put it back on. But they did start their way into the film community with this Cinebloom filter, and then they went on to some instant cameras, and now they're actually selling film on their site, so good job to them. So my quick overall thoughts on the Cinebloom filter: I purchased the 10% 77mm filter, and I think it works great. It works similarly to a ProMist filter, in which it kind of blooms the highlights and lightens up the shadows a little bit, giving you a nice cinematic look. It comes in a 10% and a 20%. I didn't know how strong the 20% was going to be, so I purchased the 10% to work my way into it. If I liked it, I could always go more, and I would much rather have the ability to add more than to try and figure out how to add less. And I feel like the 10% is a great amount for me, and I probably will eventually end up getting the 20%. So if you're looking for the next little thing that can help you create more cinematic pictures or video, definitely check this out. So item number 2 is actually 2 separate items, but I'm gonna categorize them as one, and you'll see why. So these are the JCH film holders. Now these ones specifically I purchased from Cinestill, and that was the first place that I actually saw them. On the Cinestill site, you can purchase both 120 holders and 35mm holders, and they do come in both red and black. So the 120 holder only comes in one size, and that's a size of 5. It holds 5 rolls. But like I said, you can get it in both red and black. But the 35mm one does come in 2 different sizes, which is one that holds 5 rolls, or you can get one that holds 10 rolls. And both of those come in black and red as well. Now these are perfect for people like me that need things to be organized and look good, because these completely eliminate the need to have a million different Ziploc bags holding all your film. You can keep these in the refrigerator, they look good, and they keep your film protected. Now the best thing about these for me is that since I do develop all my film at home, I tend to have a lot more rolls lying around. And I was able to purchase the different colors to separate my unopened rolls from my rolls that still need to be developed. As well, they're just awesome to throw in your bag and have 5 rolls with you as you go shoot for the day. But like I said, I did want to mention 2 different brands, because a little while later I did come across this one, which is a 35mm and 120mm holder by the company E-Tone. Now some of the benefits that this one have over the JCH one from Cinestill are small, but they're kind of big to me. And the first one being the ability to take the lid off and attach it to the bottom. It fits perfectly and it stays out of the way, whereas the JCH ones from Cinestill, they don't. So you're either gonna have the lid off to the side or always on top. Like I said, it is a small thing, but I love it because I'm able to see my film, know how many rolls I have left, or know how much I need to develop and how behind I'm getting. But like I mentioned, it does also double as a 120 holder, so you can actually do both if you are going for a trip and you're shooting both formats. This can hold them. They go long ways like this, and there even is enough room to do 2. So you could fit 8 120 rolls or 10 35mm rolls. I found this one on Amazon, but I'm sure if you looked around, you could find it on a few other sites as well. So hopping over to item number 3, we have the Peak Design Leash camera strap. And I can't even begin to tell you how much of a game changer this has been for me. I started my creative journey in video, and I did that for about 10 years, 8 years until I started picking up photography. And for me, I never used camera straps because when you're shooting video, it sucks to have camera straps in your way when you're trying to do a slide or you're on a tripod or you're doing lots of movement. It just tends to get in the way. And I feel like if you're not using the camera, it's not in your hands. It's either on a tripod or in the case. So I don't want to say that I disliked them. I just never used them. And probably the 1 or 2 times that I did, they tended to be too big or too plasticky and they rubbed weird on my neck and they just weren't an enjoyable experience. But that being said, I can't explain how much of a 180 I did on this whole thing when I got this specific strap. I went from someone who went out and took photos and had their camera on them to somebody who always had their camera on them. With the sleek design and the comfortable materials, I barely can tell that I have my camera on me until the moment that I need it. And gone are the moments that you see the perfect photo and you wish you had your camera on you, because you do. And if you're like me and you have multiple cameras, but you don't want to invest in a lot of straps or multiple straps, the strap does come with quick release strips that you're able to mount on multiple cameras and just quickly switch the strap from camera to camera without having to fidget with it or anything. You just hook it on. So before we move on to item number 4, let me take a quick moment to pay some bills and to thank the sponsor of this video, which is me, I guess. I don't have sponsors. Well, that was a thing, and item number 4 is a thing as well, which comes on your phone. Throwing it back to Cinestill, item number 4 is a new filter that they've just released on Instagram. This filter, with a few swipes, lets you invert your negatives before you've scanned them and get a preview for what they're going to look like. And to finish us off, item number 5 is the Aputure MC Mini Light. This is a portable, magnetic, rechargeable, hide anywhere, do anything RGB mini light. And you've probably seen them all over YouTube because they're used all the time. People just hide them in the background as mini accent lights to help get some separation. But the fact is, this thing could fit in your pocket and takes up no room in your camera bag. And I can't tell you how many times this has come in huge help on a shoot where I've just needed a little extra light to make a big difference. So that about wraps us up for the day. I hope this doesn't edit to be too long of a video. It's felt like it's taken a really long time for me to film for some reason. But always, I want to thank you all for following me on this film journey and invite you to subscribe if you haven't already. It's almost been 6 months that I've been making weekly videos and I don't have any plans of stopping, so with that out of the way, comment down below, let me know if you've used any of these accessories or if you recommend any other accessories. I've got some big videos in the pipeline, so until next week, I'll see you later.